Daddy, help me. I can't swim. My 5-year-old daughter Lily was screaming from the old well behind our house. I ran outside and saw her splashing in the dark water. Our HOA president Karen was standing there calmly, watching my baby girl drown after pushing her in. Before watching full story, comment below from where you watching. Also like and subscribe for more stories. Daddy, help me. I can't swim. My 5-year-old daughter Lily screams echoed from the old well behind our house. I was in the garage when I heard the splash, then her terrified cries. I ran to the backyard and saw the most horrifying sight of my life. Lily was in the deep well, her little arms splashing frantically in the dark water. She was barely keeping her head above water. Standing next to the well was Karen Mitchell, our HOA president, calmly brushing dirt off her hands like she had just finished gardening. What did you do? I screamed at Karen. I taught her a lesson about staying off my property, Karen said coldly. Maybe next time she'll listen. I dove toward the well, but it was 15 feet deep and the walls were slippery stone. Lily was getting tired. Her little voice was getting weaker. Daddy, I'm scared. The water is so cold. I grabbed my phone and dialed 911. My daughter is in a well. She was pushed in. Send everyone now. Karen just stood there watching like she was enjoying this nightmare. That's when I remembered something important. I was Captain James Rodriguez, U.S. Army Special Forces. And I had friends who would move heaven and earth to save my little girl. While staying on the line with 911, I made another call that would change everything. Colonel Martinez, this is Captain Rodriguez. I have an emergency. My 5-year-old daughter was pushed into a well by a neighbor. I need immediate assistance. Say no more, James. We're 10 minutes out. Keep her talking and stay calm. I threw down a rope, but Lily was too small and scared to grab it properly. The water was getting higher from an underground spring. My baby girl was going to drown if help didn't arrive soon. Lily, sweetheart, Daddy's here. Keep moving your arms like we practiced in the pool. I'm trying, Daddy, but I'm so tired. Karen was still standing there, arms crossed, looking annoyed that I had called for help. You're making this into a bigger deal than it needs to be, Karen said. Kids fall into wells all the time. She'll figure it out. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. This woman had just tried to kill my daughter and was acting like it was no big deal. Lady, you just attempted murder. When my unit gets here, you better pray the police arrest you before I get my hands on you. For the first time, Karen looked nervous. Let me tell you how we got to this point. 3 months ago, my wife died in a car accident. Lily and I moved to this small town to start over, and I got a job at the local military base. Our house came with an old well in the backyard. It was supposed to be sealed, but the previous owners never finished the job. I had been meaning to fix it, but between work and taking care of Lily alone, I hadn't gotten to it yet. Karen Mitchell was the neighborhood HOA president and the worst person I'd ever met. She complained about everything: our grass height, Lily's toys in the yard, even the fact that we parked our car in our own driveway. Last week, Lily's ball had rolled onto Karen's property. When Lily went to get it, Karen screamed at her and threatened to call the police on a 5-year-old child. Today, Lily was playing in our backyard when her cat ran toward Karen's fence. Lily followed the cat and accidentally stepped onto Karen's property for maybe 10 seconds. That's when Karen grabbed my daughter and threw her into the well. The sound of helicopters filled the air exactly 3 minutes after my call. 2 Black Hawks landed in the field behind our houses, and 12 soldiers in full gear jumped out. Colonel Martinez ran to the well with a rescue harness and professional equipment. Sergeant Thompson immediately started setting up a pulley system. Lily, this is Colonel Martinez. I'm Daddy's friend. We're going to get you out of there right now, okay? Okay. But I'm really scared and cold. I know, sweetheart. You're being so brave. Just hold on for 1 more minute. Karen's mouth fell open as she watched a full military rescue operation unfold in our backyard. She clearly hadn't expected this level of response. Is all this really necessary for 1 kid in a well? Karen asked. Sergeant Thompson turned to her with fury in his eyes. Ma'am, did you push this child into the well? I was just teaching her about property boundaries, Karen replied. You attempted to murder a 5-year-old. Step back before I arrest you myself. Within minutes, the soldiers had Lily safely out of the well. She was wet, cold, and scared, but alive and unharmed. I wrapped her in warm blankets while the medic checked her over. She was shivering but okay. Daddy, why did that mean lady push me in the water? Lily asked through chattering teeth. Because she's a very sick person, baby. But you're safe now. The local police finally arrived 20 minutes after the military. Sheriff Davis looked embarrassed as he got out of his car and saw the military operation already wrapping up. Captain Rodriguez, I'm sorry we took so long. We were dealing with a traffic accident on the other side of town. No problem, Sheriff. My unit handled the rescue. But I need you to arrest Karen Mitchell for attempted murder. Karen suddenly tried to run toward her house, but Sergeant Williams was faster. He blocked her path. Ma'am, you need to stay right here and talk to the sheriff. I want a lawyer. This is harassment. I'm being persecuted for enforcing HOA rules. Colonel Martinez looked at Karen with disgust. Lady, you threw a kindergartner into a well. There are no HOA rules that allow you to attempt murder. Sheriff Davis walked over to Karen with handcuffs ready. Karen Mitchell, you're under arrest for attempted murder, child endangerment, and assault. You have the right to remain silent. This is ridiculous. I was protecting my property. That child was trespassing. For 10 seconds, I said. You tried to kill my daughter because she stepped on your grass for 10 seconds. All the neighbors had come out to see what was happening. They watched in shock as Karen was handcuffed and put in the police car. Mrs. Peterson from next door came running over. Oh my God, is Lily okay? We heard the helicopters and thought there was an emergency. There was, Colonel Martinez said. This woman threw a 5-year-old into a well. The crowd of neighbors gasped. Everyone knew Karen was mean, but nobody thought she was capable of trying to kill a child. Karen always complained about kids playing outside, Mr. Johnson said. But this is insane. She told me last week that children shouldn't be allowed in the neighborhood, added Mrs. Chin. Detective Williams arrived to investigate the scene. The soldiers had already taken photos and measurements of everything. Captain Rodriguez, can you walk me through exactly what happened? I explained how I heard Lily scream, found her in the well, and saw Karen standing there calmly. I told him about Karen's harassment over the past 3 months. We'll need statements from the military personnel who witnessed the aftermath, Detective Williams said. Colonel Martinez stepped forward. Detective, my men and I will provide full statements. We also have this entire incident recorded on our helmet cameras for training purposes. You recorded it? Yes, sir. Standard procedure for rescue operations. You'll have video evidence of the suspect standing next to the well while the child was drowning, showing no remorse or concern. Karen's lawyer was going to have a very difficult case to defend. That evening, our house was filled with neighbors bringing food, toys for Lily, and offers to help with anything we needed. We're so sorry this happened, Mrs. Peterson said. We should have done something about Karen's behavior sooner. None of you could have predicted this, I replied. Karen hid her true nature well. Lily was playing with new toys the neighbors brought, seeming to recover quickly from her ordeal. Kids are more resilient than adults sometimes. Daddy, are the soldier friends coming back to visit? Lily asked. Probably, sweetheart. They want to make sure you're okay. I like Colonel Martinez. He saved me. Can we invite him for dinner? The idea of my military unit having dinner with my 5-year-old daughter made me smile for the first time all day. Over the next few days, more details about Karen's behavior came to light. Other neighbors started reporting incidents they had been too scared to mention before. The Williams family revealed that Karen had threatened their 3-year-old son for riding his tricycle on the sidewalk, too loudly. The Garcias said Karen had called child services on them for letting their kids play in their own backyard during quiet hours she made up herself. Most shocking, the elderly Mr. Foster told police that Karen had pushed him down last year when he walked too slowly on the sidewalk, but he had been too embarrassed to report it. She's been terrorizing this neighborhood for years, Detective Williams told me. Your case just gave people the courage to come forward. Karen wasn't just a mean HOA president. She was a serial bully who escalated to attempted murder. Colonel Martinez and his team visited Lily and me several times over the following weeks. They brought Lily a small military uniform and made her an honorary member of their unit. You showed real courage in that well, soldier, Colonel Martinez told Lily during one visit. You kept calm and listened to instructions. That's what good soldiers do. Lily beamed with pride wearing her tiny uniform. Can I come to work with Daddy sometimes? We'll see what we can arrange, Colonel Martinez winked. The soldiers helped me properly seal the old well and install a fence around our property. They also helped me build a playground for Lily in the backyard. This is what family does, Sergeant Thompson said while building a swing set. We take care of each other. Lily had lost her mother, but she gained a whole military family who would protect her forever. Karen's trial began 2 months later. The courtroom was packed with neighbors, military personnel, and media covering the shocking case. The prosecution presented overwhelming evidence. Video footage from military helmet cameras. Multiple neighbor testimonies about Karen's pattern of abuse. Expert testimony about the depth of the well and how long Lily could have survived. Karen's defense tried to claim she was defending her property and never intended to hurt Lily. But the video evidence showed her calmly watching while a child drowned. When it was my turn to testify, I looked directly at Karen. You threw my 5-year-old daughter into a well because she stepped on your grass. You watched her struggle to breathe while I begged for help. You showed no remorse, no concern, nothing human. Lily was too young to testify, but the judge watched the rescue video footage in private. When he came back to the courtroom, his face was grim. Karen Mitchell, the judge announced, you have been found guilty of attempted murder in the first degree, child endangerment, and assault. Karen's face went white. Her lawyer had warned her this was coming, but she still seemed shocked. I sentence you to 25 years in prison without the possibility of parole for 15 years. You will also pay $500,000 in damages to the Rodriguez family. The courtroom erupted in applause. Karen broke down crying, finally understanding that her actions had real consequences. Your Honor, Karen sobbed, I never meant to really hurt her. I just wanted to scare her. Ms. Mitchell, you threw a kindergartner into a 15-foot well and watched her struggle to survive. Intent doesn't matter when the result could have been a dead child. As Karen was led away in shackles, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. Lily would grow up knowing that justice was served and that good people would always protect her. With Karen gone, the neighborhood needed a new HOA president. The residents held an emergency election and unanimously chose Mrs. Peterson, the kindest person on our street. Mrs. Peterson's first act was to eliminate all of Karen's ridiculous rules. No restrictions on children playing outside. No noise complaints about normal family activities. No harassment of military families. No unannounced property inspections. This neighborhood will be a place where families feel safe and welcome, Mrs. Peterson announced at the first meeting. The second vote was to create a memorial garden where the old well used to be, dedicated to protecting all children and standing up to bullies. Lily showed remarkable resilience after her trauma. She had some nightmares for a few weeks, but therapy helped her process what happened. Dr. Johnson says I'm very brave, Lily told me after a therapy session. She says not all kids could be as strong as me. That's because you are special, sweetheart. You survived something terrible and you're still the happiest little girl I know. Lily still played outside, still chased her cat around the yard, and still made friends with every neighbor she met. Karen's attempt to break her spirit had failed completely. Daddy, when I grow up, I want to be a soldier like Colonel Martinez so I can save other kids who are scared. My heart swelled with pride. My daughter was going to change the world. Word of Lily's story spread throughout the military community. Soldiers from other bases sent her letters, photos, and small gifts. Dear Lily, one letter read, we heard about how brave you were. You're a true soldier. We are proud to serve alongside your daddy. The base commander invited Lily to visit and gave her a tour of the facilities. She got to sit in helicopters, meet military dogs, and eat lunch with the soldiers. This is where Daddy works to keep people safe, she announced proudly to everyone she met. The military community had adopted Lily as their own. She would never lack for protection or family again. Reports from the prison said Karen was struggling to adapt to life behind bars. She had been placed in protective custody because other inmates didn't react well to people who hurt children. Karen wrote several letters to our family, but we never opened them. We had moved on and didn't need her apologies or excuses. She can think about what she did for the next 25 years, I told Detective Williams when he asked if we wanted to read her letters. Most child abusers don't get sentences this long, he replied. The judge made an example of her because the crime was so extreme. Good. Maybe other bullies would think twice before hurting innocent children. A year after the attack, Lily and I hosted a barbecue for all the neighbors and military friends who had helped us. The backyard was full of laughter, children playing, and adults sharing stories. Colonel Martinez grilled hamburgers while Lily helped, by setting out paper plates and telling everyone where to sit. Last year this place was scary because of the mean lady, Lily announced to the crowd. But now it's the happiest place because all my friends are here. Mrs. Peterson wiped away tears. This little girl has more wisdom than most adults. The memorial garden was beautiful, filled with flowers that attracted butterflies. Lily loved to sit there and read books, completely unafraid. When Lily started first grade, I was nervous about how she would interact with other children after everything she had been through. But I shouldn't have worried. Lily was the most popular kid in her class. She was kind, confident, and naturally protective of other children who seemed scared or lonely. Daddy, there's a new boy in my class who doesn't speak English very well. The other kids were being mean to him, so I told them to stop and I played with him at recess. That's my brave girl. You stood up for someone who needed help. Colonel Martinez says good soldiers protect people who can't protect themselves. Lily was learning all the right lessons from all the right people. 2 years after Karen threw Lily into the well, our neighborhood held a community safety day to remember the importance of protecting children and standing up to bullies. Local police, firefighters, and military personnel came to teach kids about safety and show them that there were always good people ready to help. Lily, now 7 years old, gave a short speech to the crowd. 2 years ago, a mean person tried to hurt me. But my daddy saved me and soldiers saved me and all my neighbors saved me. Bad people are outnumbered by good people. So if you're ever scared, remember that help is always coming. The crowd gave her a standing ovation. Karen was in prison, but Lily was thriving. Justice had been served in the best possible way. Today, Lily is 8 years old and talks about becoming either a soldier, a police officer, or a superhero when she grows up. I want to save people like everyone saved me, she says. Our neighborhood has become the safest, friendliest place in town. 3 military families have moved here because they heard about our community spirit. The memorial garden where the well used to be is now a playground where all the children play together safely. Colonel Martinez was promoted and transferred, but he still video calls Lily every week to check on his honorary soldier. Karen still has 23 years left on her sentence. She tried to appeal, claiming her punishment was too harsh, but the appeals court upheld the sentence. Attempted murder of a child deserves no mercy, the appeals judge wrote. What started as a horrifying attack on an innocent child became a story of community strength, military brotherhood, and justice served. Karen lost everything, her freedom, her reputation, and 25 years of her life. But more importantly, she lost her power to hurt anyone ever again. Lily gained an extended family of neighbors, soldiers, and friends who will protect her for life. She learned that the world has more good people than bad people. Our neighborhood learned that standing together against bullies makes everyone safer. The justice wasn't just Karen going to prison, it was watching Lily grow up confident and kind, knowing she is surrounded by people who love her. When people ask Lily about the scary thing that happened when she was little, she says, "A bad person tried to hurt me, but the good people saved me. There are way more good people than bad people, so I'm never really scared." And that wisdom from an 8-year-old is worth more than any revenge. Today, Lily plays fearlessly in our backyard, surrounded by the memorial garden and protected by a community that learned to put children's safety above everything else. The well is gone, but the love remains. And that's the strongest foundation any child could have.